comes up when you click it either. Like, oh, there it is.
There it is. All right. Welcome to episode 168 for the 29th of June, 2023 of This Week at GearReport, the show where we talk about everything we published since last week. That's going to be a really quick one.
Bam, we're done.
We have one thing to talk about.
Oh,
we'll get to that. It's and it's glorious. I'll be honest with you. It's glorious.
Sorry,
so we have that. We have upcoming reviews. And we have TJ's Happy Hour, which is going to be the bulk of the program tonight. I think. You know what? I think
I told you it's always TJ's Happy Hour.
I feel I'm watching the volume meter on my mic.
What's up, Ghost?
There we go.
Go.
You know what? I'll allow it. It's not
close enough.
It's not our typical yo.
Well, he's not. You know, but he's not the brightest. It's close enough to yo.
It's hard to use crayons on a keyboard, so he typed something. I'll give him credit. Yeah, I'll allow it because everyone who is a regular viewer or participant in this program knows that the only acceptable
is what
gives
it Gary had
3 yos. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I ignore Gary's. Thanks for being here, but for obvious reasons, we ignore that. Mr. George, who would that be?
George Grayson Cat. That is Gizzard's cat.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There's Ghost. He's trying to type something. I don't know what it was.
Good job, Ghost.
Crayon fingers. Yep, I know.
Yeah. Yep. Good job.
Yep. Defense Dad. Ho, ho, ho. Listen, I'll accept that one.
Yeah, why not? Who doesn't like 3 hoes? Clearly, Gun Snob is not the one that doesn't like 3 hoes. He says right here, I like hoes too. There you go. The Gun Snob. All right.
What's up, Rod's here. Let's get after it. We're after it, dude. We're always after it. I mean, I don't know what we're after, but we're after something.
Rod and I talked a little bit. I checked in on him to see how his new business partner was doing. And he was like, dude, I ran that search again and it came up with something completely different. So
told you,
we'll get into that. If you weren't here last week, you probably don't know what we're talking about there, but we will get into that at some point. Oh, I did think of something else to talk about. I just preloaded something else over there. And dang it, that's what I was going to work on. Stream Elements. I was going to see if I could figure out why it throws something up there on Twitch, apparently, and not anything else. And then I got busy doing something else and forgot. We have George Grayson in the house. All right.
And everybody in the chat likes hoes. Defense Dad does too, apparently.
Oh my goodness! Did you put Gun Snobs up there while I wasn't looking?
No, I didn't. I was just getting ready to do that because I was like, apparently Snob married one. So
if he's going to type it,
I did too.
Type it, then you may as well put.
I did too, Snob.
So put it up there.
That's how she got me.
Wow!
So she got me to put a ring on it.
Yeah,
paying for it ever since.
Okay, so we have not been scheduling guests to come on the program like from brands. I think we will do that pretty soon, and I know who the guest is going to be or coming up here. I'm going to go ahead and share something here that you may have seen if you follow Palmetto State Armory or their H&R division, which is, not Palmetto, but it's owned by the JGE holding company that owns Palmetto State and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, all right, let's get that This Week at GearReport banner out of the way because it's covering up part of the stock here. What I want you to see here is this is like an old school AR that has the 2-piece handguard and the full non-adjustable stock. And thankfully, not an A2, but I don't know what they call the grip that doesn't have the bump on the front, like the A2 that I can't stand. Maybe it's an A1. grip. I don't know. It's like the classic configuration. It's even got the original 20 round size magazine that was put together by H&R using the furniture, the foregrip, the buttstock, and the grip that our friend Mark showed us at SHOT Show. So you can go on, I think it was the Firearms Gear Report channel. We posted a video where he had a case that he opened up and he had these little samples of different wood grain patterns and different finishes. And then he flipped that up. He had like the little M-lock covers, and then he flipped that page of his display case up and had some of these buttstocks and hand grips and foregrips in there in various different types of wood and different finishes. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. His brand is called American Icon LLC, and they're new to this game. Like, he's been making stuff for years. Mark actually runs a DC machine that makes some really cool barrels. I've got a couple of their barrels that I run on different ARs, and they make really good stuff. They do a lot of the machining for various Palmetto State Armory type products and other people's products as well. And then in his side time, Mark and some other folks have started up this American Icon company making the wood furniture. So Mark's going to come on and talk about that. And he's going to bring the guy that's actually doing, like, he developed the furniture and catted it all out and everything, and then has found someone who does like the CAD, the CNC wood finishing stuff that is going to be pumping those out for him. So I'm going to have those two guys on, and I'm just blanking on the guy's name right now. We're going to have those guys on sometime in the next few weeks. I don't know. I thought I had it bad, man. I keep waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And, I whine about that incessantly, because then you get to like 9 o'clock for a show like this. I'm like, no, it's tired. Bedtime. I said something to Mark about, we do the show every Thursday at 9 p.m. because he's on the East Coast as well.
He's like,
oh, that's past my bedtime. He said, I go to bed at 8. Like, man, I thought, I said, I feel you, man. I keep waking up at 5. He's like, 5? I'm up at 2. I'm usually working on CAD drawings by 2:30. Like, okay, you win.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a little rough for him to be here with us, but he's agreed to do that. So we'll have them on here. I'm not sure when exactly. Sometime in a couple weeks, he'll be on to talk about all the neat things they're doing, because they're doing that type of handguard stuff, but they're doing some other things as well. And let's see, I did for today's show the thumbnail. I changed it. Normally I've been putting GearReport firearms. I went back to the old GearReport reviews icon because I had a backpacking picture up here. And I did that because I've been excited that I'm actually not doing the 2-week backpacking trip this year so far. I'm trying not to, because I've gained 20 pounds since last year. I'm officially a fat ass now, and I am a little worried with my bad knees, but it's really more of a schedule thing with the Amazon project.
Now your cankles.
Well, no, it's the midsection. It's like the size. It's so bad. It really is bad. Like, I'm so embarrassed by how rotund I have gotten.
We'll just stick to live stream, because nobody can see below anything. So we can get fat.
That works. So I need to lose the weight, but until then, and it's mainly scheduling though. I can't really make it out there. I can't take 2 weeks away when I've got 6 YouTube channels. And I think I have decided, yes, I am going to create the 7th YouTube channel, which I'm pretty certain we're just going to go with what Chris called it, with GearReport Maker, because that'll cover the 3D printing and the vinyl and anything else, the laser engraving and all the stuff that we want to do with those type of technologies. We'll put it under the GearReport Maker banner. I actually thought maybe I'd make that logo today, but then Amazon dropped off a huge stack of stuff. Like, oh, got to get to work. So I didn't get.
If you don't get it done by the time Amazon delivery time is, then you're done, right?
Oh, that's the truth. Yeah. Hey, I was lucky I got anything done today because I had a guitar coming today, and normally I'm a train wreck. If I've got something coming, then it's like I can't focus. I can't do anything, right? Because I'm like, oh, what's it going to get here? What's it going to get here?
You're tracking it. You get the tracking on the computer, like, oh, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But today, I just had other things going on that kind of distracted me from that a little bit. Let me see if I can tone down the light that's shining on me a little, just a little. There we go. Okay. So anyhow, I wanted to talk about that because that has been on my mind. It's been a rough week in that I really would like to be out there backpacking. And I'm seeing all the people who are out there doing those treks people have done their 12 days in the field, are getting back to base camp. So they're all putting up all their reports. Someone actually posted up that they had a little blue tag from the group that I run, that the Philmont Trek Talk Facebook group. We've got little blue tags that people can wear when you're out backpacking. So if anyone else sees it, they're like, oh, you're in the group too. He said someone stopped him and said, hey, are you Jeff? He's like, no, I'm not. But it's like, oh, people think I'm out there. So I'd like to be, but well, I mean, I can't do it. But also wanted to show from the Facebook page some of the other stuff. We post every day. 1 or 2 articles get reposted, so it goes through the archives. I'm sure there's tons of stuff that people haven't seen. So hit the Facebook page, the GearReport Facebook page periodically to see some of the old articles that get reposted, because there's a lot of cool stuff that's up there. Geez, look at all that. Yeah, look at that. Back when I had a goatee, that was part. I called that my GearReport costume for a while. Like
I called it Evil Jeff.
Yeah,
because you look like you were up to nefarious things.
A month and a half, 2 months before any kind of trade show, I'd start growing out the beard, and then so that was month after 2 months. At a month out, I'd start cutting the sides so the goatee was coming in, and I'd let that fill in pretty good. But it got to where it was too gray, so I said, forget it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look at that. Basic tents, Hyperfire, headlights, all sorts of stuff. There's one from Ghost Tactical. Look at that.
Look at that guy.
That's neat. Yep. All right. So anyhow, that is something that you may want to keep an eye on. Oh,
DJ
I took that off the screen.
What guitar you got?
Oh, we're going to get to that.
That's going to be in Guitar Armageddon. Oh, I know, and I'm so anxious. I just can't wait.
It's going to be a long segment because that's really all I've got going on right now. And I got a couple things in the guitar space we can talk about. The only recently published article, unfortunately, with everything else going on, we didn't have anything published except the summary from last week's show.
I'm so
and you can see the thumbnail for it there. This week at GearReport. If you'd like to catch it in podcast form, go check out the live shows section under This Week at GearReport podcast, and you'll see this page that has all of those things on it. All right, so that is enough of that for now. I am going to make myself bigger because I want to talk about, I'll make myself bigger for just a moment so you can see what's going on behind me. I have changed up the studio. Instead of 5 guitars behind me, I now have a wall of 10 guitars. And I just finished getting that all set up right before the show, like 20 minutes before the show. I was hanging the last guitars and making a couple adjustments, trying to figure out the lighting. I'm not thrilled with it yet. I may make it a little better. And my on-air sign and my lit GearReport sign, I don't have a place to put them because I used to have over here was a big 4x12 speaker, and on top of that's where I had those signs. Well, that I took that speaker out of the studio today.
You're just
to make
flexing
room
with the
for the big
back.
guitar back. And so anyhow, that was today's change. But what I wanted to talk about, the side that is over here, had that 5 guitar rack was slid over in the middle, and I had a new 5 guitar rack, the other half of it that's over here, that had come in like a week ago, and I hadn't unboxed it. I hadn't put it up yet. That was on the list of things to do today. I was filming some other things, and I got done with those, and I took something downstairs. It was a cell phone case I'd shot a video on. I took that back to my son because it was his. And as I'm walking back up, I hear thud, thud. I'm like, what was that? That was weird. There shouldn't be anyone in my office. So I get up here and I'm looking around. I don't see anything that's moved. And eventually I come over, and as I'm going to sit down, I'm like, that looks like guitars laying on the ground. And sure enough, the whole rack up here, it's 5 guitars wide. 2 of them were on the ground, 2 were about to fall, and 1 was still holding pretty good. So that end of the rack stayed in the wall. This end pulled itself out of the wall and dropped the guitars. So I was like, what are the odds that literally moments before I pulled that whole rack off of the wall and slid it over to the side and then screwed it back into the wall again, literally moments before I did that. Well, I say moments, it was probably, from a practical standpoint, I had to gather some tools and everything. It was probably 11 minutes before I was going to move it. But it's been up here for months.
The ghost
many
months,
like maybe a year. And literally within 15 minutes, ooh, now that's weirding me out. Within 15 minutes of taking it off the wall to move it, it fell on its own. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but this weirded me out. So because of that, I went ahead and took it the rest of the way off, moved it over, drilled new holes. And now instead of going into the sheetrock with the little plastic anchors, I didn't use wood screws in drywall. Well, I did, but I didn't.
Use the plastic grommets.
It came with these little plastic anchors that
don't trust those
things. You hammer those in.
Don't trust those things.
They just didn't work. No.
Find a stud.
So this time,
there ain't no
you see there's a green wall, and then it turns white. I have a stud finder. I just can't bring it near me because it goes off all the time.
Nice side.
Yeah.
You freeze in the
you
best
gotta at least make an effort to laugh when I say something like that. Just really. Okay. Oh yeah, I see the signal is looking a little rough up there.
You froze up. You froze up just like this.
So
I was like, awesome.
While the signal was rough.
Whoa.
Nice.
Jeff just.
Well, since the signal looks weak, I went ahead and turned the camera off to see if I can keep the audio going.
There you go. It looks fantastic.
And you keep freezing up there. The signal looks slightly better again. Okay. So anyhow, I'll just leave the camera off until the signal stabilizes a bit. And then I'll turn it back on and ruin the signal again.
There you go.
Yeah, I see some of the comments here. Just use command strips. I didn't even know what command strips were. And it's funny that Gizzard Gary mentioned command strips, because he did a video for a brand on Amazon that has a patch wall. And I did a video, like a really short, a vertical video that Amazon's trying to get people to do this new format where it's vertical and it's like 15, 20 seconds. Well, you can't cover much in that. So it was just hey, you want to spice up your wall? Check this out. And I pan across it and pan back and talk about, it's got some neat grommets at the top, and it'll really let you change the vibe of a room if you hang it up. And they complained and were like, you didn't talk about all of the features. Like, there are so many other features you could have talked about. You didn't talk about you can hang it up with command strips. Yeah. I didn't know what the hell command strips were. I had to go look it up, which was good timing because my kids headed off to college. We're trying to figure out how to hang stuff on the wall, and they saw some references that said that you're allowed to use command strips.
Nail gun.
So we had to go look up what command strips were. And, it's good to see now that he bought some command strips that actually I don't think are up here. I need to get those. Anyhow, won't hold jack squat. So maybe it's good that I didn't use them. All right.
Oh, they wouldn't hold
so anyhow,
stuff,
that was the first part of the story, was the amazing coincidence. Oh, yeah. The amazing coincidence of the old installation falling within minutes. It'd been up for at least a year, I believe. It feels like it's been a year at least. I don't know.
It's been a while.
Many months at least. And then it fell within minutes.
A long time.
Yeah.
The Ghost doesn't like changes. I told you.
Apparently, command strips suck.
They do.
Yeah,
they're horrible.
Yeah. So anyhow, posters, that pictures, delayed me
anything
because I had a
super
guitar
light
come in today.
Of course you did. It's Thursday, guitar day.
Well, that's good to know. So I had a guitar come in today, so we may as well trend into Guitarmageddon, because why not, right? And this one I put off to the side. So
I didn't knock out reviews this week, so yeah, might as well.
Yeah, that's what you get.
It's my fault.
Can you?
Sorry, everyone.
I'll do it.
TJ was slack this week.
Big on me.
There you
just
go.
For a moment.
That's fine.
I'm going to take the screen just for a moment so we get a look at this. It's got a little bit of a flame maple veneer on the top, and they call it a sunburst pattern, and a perloid, they call it, for the pick guard. And this is a Washburn. It's the first Washburn I've ever had. And it's one of their more budget-friendly models. And I just shot the video for it right before the show started, the initial unboxing and demo of I do an unboxing and just give a tour of what all the parts are, and then do a tone demo of all the different settings on it. And I'm telling you, I about sliced my hand to death. The frets on this are hanging off just enough that they're like little razor blades. It's terrible.
Death metal.
So I actually have a fret file. I've got a couple different types of fret files, but I have one that will be perfect. I'll have to take the strings off, and then I can run that file over the edge and pull those frets back in. I'll file them in to where they should be, and then I've got another one that I'll round them off, and then I'll do a sanding sponge on it and clean them up a little bit. But anyhow, this is another one that I bought to do the Amazon videos on because it was on sale, and I'm a sucker for buying stuff when it's on sale. And then within a couple days, it will be for sale. If someone wants a deal, let me know. I got it on a deal, and I've got a couple more videos to shoot with it. I've got a little bit to clean it up. No, and the ones that fell were actually a couple of my favorite ones. It really pissed me off. But did Snob ask that?
Jeff,
is that what you said?
Jeff scratched didn't sell.
Well, fortunately, where it fell was a stack of boxes for products that are in line for me to shoot videos on. So they kind of fell over and absorbed the impact. And
there you go.
I didn't find any. It was actually, let's see, these two over here were the ones that fell, and they're really nice. So I was like, no, but then I picked them up and they looked absolutely fine. So they didn't fall far. They landed on some soft stuff that broke the fall. And
that's good. That's good. I worry about it sometimes.
Worry about what?
You know I do. Your guitar's
worry about
damaged.
What?
Your guitar's falling.
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm a train wreck. So you probably worry about anything that I touch being damaged.
Firearms are different. It's hard to break those. Guitars seem a little more.
Oh, that reminds me.
Uh-oh.
That reminds me. I didn't mention. Let me go back to that page I was on. I forgot to mention.
Sexy AR.
I should have one of these. I don't know how long it'll take to get here. Oh yeah, I've wanted one of those. I mean, you've heard me.
I know.
For years.
Listen, I don't blame you.
Buy Wooks. I'm like, oh, I gotta get some of those parts. And the guy was like, yeah, let's do something. And then I reach out and he ghosted me. So I don't know what's up with that. But Mark was like, yeah, hey. I said, hey, when are they going to be available? I want to get a set. And he's like, oh, I'll send you. Here, let me just send you the whole gun. And he's going to put a scope that mounts on a carry handle and a bayonet. Nice. And I didn't tell him I already got multiple bayonets for that type of rifle. That's okay. Because I am a bit of an amateur bayonet collector. I don't have a ton of them. I mean,
well, I know what to get you for Christmas now. Bayonet.
I'd have to count. Those probably only got.
You could just stab those in the wall and then hang your guitars on them.
Oh, there's an idea. I probably only got like a dozen or so bayonets. But I think I have two. I have a new reproduction and I have an original to go on my original M16A1, which is kind of ironic that I have that because that gun pretty much lives. The upper lives in my gun room and the lower lives at Quarter Horse Arms because it's a post sample. And while I am technically allowed to have it at my house, Alan prefers to keep it in his safe. So when the ATF shows up, they won't harass him too much. Right. Even though I'm legally allowed to possess it, he's like, yeah, you can take stuff for a little while, but if you're not actively using it, why don't we just put it back in the safe just to make it easy? Like
it's a freaking machine gun. I'm using it all the time.
Right.
When would I not use it? Jeez.
So my AK and my M16 both live there. Okay. So anyhow, I don't know when that one will show up. That the AR that Mark is sending with the wood furniture. But he's like, yeah, I've got parts at various places all over. So I will make it a priority to round up all the parts that I need to put that one together and get that out to you. So who knows when that'll be, but at some point I'll have that to show off, and then we'll get Mark and then his guy that does the woodworking stuff.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to try and look that guy's name up now because it's.
You do that.
Oh yeah. I think it's going to delay things too much if I try to read through a bunch of old messages to figure that out. We'll figure that out when it gets closer because I feel like it's right here. But I figure that makes for a pretty poor program if I'm spending my time scrolling and reading stuff instead of participating in the program. Which reminds me, this is a participatory program. So people ask your questions, make some comments, give us some ideas what to talk about, and we'll dig into that. What do you have coming up? So let me think. Is there anything else with Guitarmageddon?
No.
I will show
what you got? There's 1,000 guitars back there.
This, you can see it says Stritch through it. Stritch is a company that made that 5 guitar holder up here. The one that I just put up. They also sent me a pedal board. You can see I haven't even taken it out of the plastic. That will get a video tomorrow. Also getting a video tomorrow. Something that is very near and dear to my heart. You guessed it. It's a molded wood toilet seat. I'm excited about that. Molded wood. Not moldy wood.
All right. I know molded wood, but
is that good, bad, or indifferent? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either.
But now that you're packing on some weight, I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So
just saying, I know the plastic ones will hold up to some
tomorrow. I'm going to do some more. I've got the battery-powered thermocell up right here, which is amazing. I've got a video up on that. I'm going to do a video for the for this one, the one that you carry on your belt, because that's pretty good. Let me get that up tomorrow. So again, I'm spending way too much time doing videos, but you know, that's where the money is right now. So that's what I'm doing. All right. I'm going to do what you gotta do. I know. I'm going to take me off the screen again for a minute. And yeah, what do you want to talk about as far as upcoming? What do you think is going to be next?
As far as next, I've got probably the duty coat is going to be next on the list. We got that one finishing up, and then the Midwest Industries flat 3.5 pound trigger. That one will be knocked out. The 8.6 blackout one's coming along nicely. It's coming along quick. I've already lined up another shooting over at Aries range with Keith, since he's a member of that one. So I got to go over there and shoot over there. But they have 100, 200, and 400, I think. So,
ooh, that sounds fun.
I know. Then I got to go down to Guerrilla Ammunitions. It's down in Sebastian now. They moved closer, so they're only like 40 minutes away. So I'm going to go see if I can get some more ammo, because that thing's just stupid quiet subsonic.
I think I just had a wardrobe malfunction. Like for real.
Dude, you got hair. Rogaine worked.
Yeah, full head of hair here. So I'm pretty happy about that. Of course, I'm gonna have to comb it now. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm getting used to not having it to deal with.
You have to get haircuts. You have to pay for haircuts and stuff.
It's yet another thing that I've gotten sent to me to review via Amazon, and I thought I'd make a guest appearance here because I find it rather entertaining. I think
it's funny. It's funny that they would send that for review, and you're like, well, Halloween's quite a few months away, but saying.
I honestly got it to wear on the show, to wear at events, mainly to make other people wear at events. I don't plan on doing it, but who knows? Yeah. So anyhow,
I'm above that level.
I felt. You say that.
I did. Director.
But I noticed when I put it on, I felt a little pinch.
I
felt a little pinch when I put it on,
glasses,
and I broke my glasses when I was putting it on. So hopefully they don't fall apart. There's a little crack in the frame there, which it does suck. I'm not pleased about that, but whatever. I just have to wear my contacts or something.
Then where else we at? Oh, and then the what else I got coming out? The Phoenix Weaponry low profile handguard. That thing will be there. I mean, I got like a bunch that are right there. And then the Foxtrot Mike 102.
Yep.
And then I did get in. So I got in the MC14T in 380. So I got to pick it up. Systems are down statewide. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait.
What system do they have to do?
The background, the 4473.
Oh, you still haven't done your concealed carry, so you don't have to do the
You still got a 44. You still got to fill out a 4473, even with a concealed carry. Yes.
In North Carolina, if you
you guys have to ask permission to get a pistol.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
no,
really?
They got rid of the pistol permit. Just a couple months ago, they finally got rid of the pistol permit.
I remember going to get my first pistol. Like, oh, you got to go to the sheriff's office. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah,
you have to. I'm like,
it was absurd.
What place is this?
So they tried to get rid of it several times, and the Sheriff's Association always torpedoed it because they like the power of.
Oh yeah,
they can deny people stuff. So so they finally got rid of that rule just a couple months ago. Awesome. It is what you guys. Yes, that is what they call guerrilla journalism. Wearing, I don't think we didn't. I talked about having something on my head. We joked about it. I don't think we said what it was. So anyone listening in podcast form will be like, "What are we missing?" It was a gorilla mask. And I
There
thought
you
it
go.
looked pretty nice, actually. I
Dude,
thought
it
it
was
was a
better.
rather sexy gorilla.
It was almost realistic. There's Crystal out there shouting yos at us.
She did it right. She did capital Y, little
Enthusiastic yos. I like it.
not even exclamation point. She just did it correctly. I don't doubt that it's enthusiastic because, why wouldn't it be?
I do. Because, come on.
I don't know, man. I'm not getting in the middle of
If
this.
I suddenly get muted and my camera goes away, you guys know that something's coming at
something
me.
bad happened, huh?
Yeah.
I see.
Where's the old screen comes
All
up?
right.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
TJ
Come
is
hit you in the nut. You
experiencing
have testicle
yeah,
difficulties.
TJ is experiencing testicle difficulties. See,
Yep.
happy hour. TJ's happy hour. I had to crack a new one. You get a new one. TJ's happy hour. Yes, I'm excited about the MC14T from Gerson. But I was so pissed when I got
You
there.
would be.
And it was funny because I go to Frog Bones and it's unusually like nobody's there. Usually I walk in and it's packed and I'm like, all right, what's up? They don't, what are you picking up today? I'm like, I'm getting this. And it's cool. But I walked in, I was like, there's like nobody here. And then I walk over, everybody's just shaking their heads. They're like, you're not getting nothing today? I was like, well, hell yeah, I am. And they're like, oh no, you're not getting anything. And I'm like, why? They're like, system's down. I'm like, I was like, can I at least see it? So they brought it up. I get some pictures. 380.
But so you're saying that even if you had the concealed carry permit, you still have to do a 4473 every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just
So
don't,
that's
in Florida.
that's
In Florida, you don't. In Florida, you don't have to wait the 3. If you have a concealed carry, you don't have to wait the 3 days on a pistol and stuff.
You have to wait
On a pistol? Oh yeah.
Why do people call it the gunshine state, man? That's ridiculous.
I know Scott did some things back in the day.
Someone needs to take care of that. That is absurd. I'm embarrassed for you guys.
No. That's what puts us down. We didn't make Snob's top 10 list when he did the 50 or the 10 top states. I don't think we were in top 10. Or we were down low. We weren't like number 1 or 2.
Why. Yeah, wow.
Because of that, and we had several red flag laws. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's
I don't want to depress you too much. It's supposed to be TJ's happy hour. Oh, Nebraska's Hold on, defense that. Florida way worse than Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska's better. I think anywhere up there in like the sticks and stuff, it's better than Florida. Florida's it's getting there, but July 1st we got universal carry, so we're good on that one. So we're good there, but still gotta wait 3 freaking days to get a pistol if you don't have your concealed carry.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so that was really a big deal when I bought pistols in Florida.
Yep.
And walked out of the store with them immediately. I had no idea that was unusual. But I mean,
yeah, but
I do know you're not supposed to buy pistols in other states as well. So walking in with an FFL and saying,
FFL,
we'll just make this a dealer-to-dealer transfer. And the stupid thing is many of those are still in the safe at Quarter Horse Arms.
Are they?
And haven't sold yet.
I thought you would have sold them by now.
No, I mean, I don't think I even shot any of them. It was a legit dealer-to-dealer transfer where, like, I didn't even shoot them. I took them back. Said, Alan, here, I got you these to sell because this was back during.
Oh, I remember
COVID,
he couldn't get anything shipped in.
Couldn't get anything. Yeah. So he was like, hey, find me some guns while you're down there so that I have something to sell. And thank you so much that I brought them. And he still hadn't sold. He sold a couple of them, but what did I bring him 7 guns or something? And I think he only sold 2. So I was like, dude, come on. But there's some more listed if anyone wants. What was that rifle that I brought back for him? It was a Spikes that was pretty cool. Hopefully he'll move that one for me pretty soon. Anyhow,
maybe.
I know Rod was out there earlier and
was.
with Aegis Gun Care, and we put him on the spot last week and asked Bard a couple questions about his brand, and got some really bizarre answers. So I went ahead and asked some stuff again. And that's what I pinged him and asked about, you know, one of the women that it said was the genius behind Aegis Gun Care, behind the Aegis Gun Care empire. So this time I asked who's the president of Aegis Gun Care, and it said that it is Rod Gates. And he's been with the company since 2009, has over 20 years of experience in the firearms industry, and is a former law enforcement officer, and is passionate about providing high quality gun care products to law enforcement and the general public. And it gives a link to his LinkedIn
now it sounds
bio.
like they almost know too much.
Well, at least it got that part right. So then I went through the archive of activity from last week and copied the question exactly. Oh, I said prompted there. I wonder. Okay, I'm going to do it again and get rid of that. That was an artifact where it said prompted. Let's see if it's the same now. Who is the genius behind the Aegis Gun Care empire? Copied from okay, and it brought back the same thing. So you remember last week it gave us the name of a woman that none of us had heard of before, including Rod.
Well, so he says.
Who is the president of the company, right? So now it says the genius behind Aegis Gun Care empire is a team of people, not just one individual. The company was founded in 1999 by a group of gun enthusiasts. See, I was not aware the company was that old. Is it that old? Have they been around for 24 years, almost a quarter of a century?
And we hadn't heard about them until recently? It's bullcrap.
Yeah. So I don't know. It says over the years, Aegis Gun Care has grown to become one of the leading providers of gun care products in the world. So, hey, congratulations.
Yep.
That's pretty good. They list key people as Jeff Thompson, a co-founder and chemical engineer, Rod Gates, the current president of the company, John Smith, like that's not a generic name if I've heard one before.
Most generic
Vice
name
president
ever.
of sales since 2012, been with the company since 2012. Mary Jones, the customer service manager, it's been with them since 2015. I am dying to know if any of these, aside from Rod Gates, are real people. And it could be, and I just haven't met them.
Right.
But we saw last week that Bard just wholesale made up people and roles and everything. Yeah. So I am very interested to know if any.
I think that's what they want you to do. They
real
purposely get it wrong, so you type in the correct information, so they're just information harvesting even more.
I don't know. Anyhow, I thought it was interesting that when I reached out to Rod midweek and asked about his partner, or the genius behind the company that Bard said last week, and he said that he ran that inquiry again the next day, and it brought back the exact same text but with a different woman's name. Like everything was the same, just
okay.
Dang,
like, how many women are running that thing up there?
AI is just, it's like AI is powered by Joe Biden.
Yeah, Shelly's just like, what the hell? You couldn't have dropped a Shelly in there anywhere? Like,
well, right.
You're just throwing out random names. What the hell?
But it just completely makes up stuff out of thin air and then can't remember it from inquiry to inquiry. So
yeah,
I think Bard must be like Biden automated response department or something. That's got to be what it means.
No, because then you wouldn't be able to comprehend half the things that showed up.
Well, and I haven't seen at no place in any of the responses has it said, "Come on, man."
Yeah, exactly. That would be up there.
And I haven't seen any like parentheses of, open parenthesis, leans in, sniffs hair, close parenthesis. So I don't know, but I thought it would be interesting to follow up on those since we had a little fun asking Bard questions
And it was
last week.
totally wrong with my music selections either. Too.
So,
I mean, that was horrible.
so
Way off.
wrong.
They couldn't have been more off.
And what was the one? All right. Now I got to go back and look at it was here, the activity. What is this week at GearReport? What we asked, like, who is it? Host names were wrong, gave feedback. Nope. Pop song. That was all the song stuff. No. See, now I lost it.
Lord.
Maybe it was, I think it was What Is This Week at GearReport?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what it was.
We're gonna run that again.
All right, here we go.
What it tells us this time.
Here we go.
Because I'm rooting for Komar.
TJ, whatever it was, they're wrong.
Shook. Yep. All right. Oh my goodness.
Oh Jesus.
Weekly podcast.
See, I can't even read it on the screen, so I just have to ask. I hope Jeff reads it right.
Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. No, it's just, there we go. We're gonna see if we can make it a little bigger here. I can't slide that part over, can I? Maybe if I do that, make it bigger, will that?
All right, let's see.
It's a weekly podcast hosted by the GearReport team. In each episode, they discuss recent gear reviews, upcoming reviews, and other news related to the gear world. It's going pretty good so far there.
Okay.
They also answer questions from listeners and have guests on the show to discuss their products or expertise. Okay.
So you can ask for a more generic
We're on the right
answer.
track here.
Right. There we go.
The podcast is a great way to stay up to date with the latest gear, learn about new products, and get to know the GearReport team. All right. We're batting 1,000 so far. It is also a lot of fun to listen to. Thank you, Bard. As the hosts are knowledgeable and passionate about gear. Things are going better now. You can listen to this weekly GearReport on a variety of platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You can also find the show on the GearReport website. Here are some topics that have been covered in recent episodes.
Here we go. Let's see what happens now.
The latest gear reviews, including guns, knives, backpacks, and camping gear. Actually, I don't know that we've talked about many. We've certainly talked about guns, a little bit about knives, not too much about backpacks and camping gear.
I like
as far
the next
as
one. I was like, when did Daniel Defense hook us up?
Oh my God. Upcoming reviews, including a new AR-15 from Daniel Defense and a new backpacking tent from Big Agnes. Nope. Neither of those are upcoming reviews. Gear news such as releases of what the hell? Gear news such as the release of a new suppressor from Silencer Co. and the announcement of new hunting season in California.
The new hunting season in California. Is that for furries?
We haven't talked about that, and it's not on the agenda to talk about any of that.
We try not to talk about California at all, Bard, just so you know.
Questions from listeners such as, what's the best backpack for backpacking? No one's asked that. And what is the best gun for home defense? I don't recall anyone asking that.
We've never talked about that.
Guests such as the CEO of a gun manufacturer or a survival expert. I do appreciate that they kind of went the
generic. That's generic as you get. CEO of a gun manufacturer or survival expert.
Right. They went the psychic route where they say things that are so generic that it's like, oh, wow, they're right. How did they know that? Yeah. If you're interested in gear, This Week at GearReport is a great podcast to listen to. It's informative, entertaining, and a great way to stay up to date on the latest gear. Yeah, they got that part right, but they still just hold
like the beginning and the end. Just like get rid of all the other stuff, and we just put the rest of it on there.
Yeah,
there we go. Like right, and then wrong, and then right.
Yep. We do still have to worry about AI being used to take over the world because
they're going to take over.
I mean, could you imagine if aliens showed up and they interfaced with an AI computer to learn about the planet, the rampant shit show of information they would get? It would be incredibly bad, I think. Yep.
Just take them straight to the dark web. Like, here you go, guys. Then they would just turn around and leave. Like, what is wrong with you people?
We'd probably be safe though. Yes.
Yeah,
They would
they would
be
leave.
like,
They'd be like, dude, don't mess with that planet. They got some sick stuff.
fire
going
up the
on there, right?"
reactor. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Go now. Captain, where are we going? I don't care. Anywhere. Just get out of here.
Get away from them. I've seen some things. We're not
Yes.
safe.
Yep. They're not ready for us. They'll never be ready.
Probably not.
All right. So we have covered recently.
Ask Bard.
reviewed.
So
We
Ask
covered-
Bard is learning. So I'm excited. Hold on.
Yeah,
There we
somewhat.
go. I feel better now. Boo ATF.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
better about
good.
that.
Good call. Well done. So we talked about a variety of upcoming potential review
Mhm,
items. We're
Daniel
well
Defense-
into
Daniel
the
Defense has apparently
TPO.
sent us some stuff. So there we go. We got that going on for us.
Yeah.
And Silencer Co.
I haven't talked to Silencer Co. in
Forever.
like 2016 probably.
Yep.
I
First
think
time I went to SHOT Show. That's when I.
it's been a while. Yeah. So close, Bard, yet so far away.
Listen, Bard gave it the old college try.
Oh,
But it's
speaking of which,
learning.
hey, why don't I bring up something that is bound to ruffle a few people's feathers? I saw an article today that affirmative action has been declared by the Supreme Court to be in violation of people's civil rights. Which I am. Affirmative action put some people in college who had not the same academic resume as me, while I was denied from some schools. Like, I literally knew people who had worse grades than me who got into schools that declined to admit me, and they were people of color who were admitted under affirmative action. So I was harmed by affirmative action in the name of helping other people, but still I was harmed by it. So it blows me away that was it was decades ago.
Oh yeah, long time.
What, 30, 33 years ago, something like that. And it's taken this long to dismantle the program that harmed me in the name of helping other people. I thought all along, there's no way this can actually be legal. This violates the Constitution. How do people not see this? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're violating the Constitution and you believe that you have a righteous reason for doing it. The rules are still the rules. If your rules are, if your reason is that righteous, then you shouldn't have a problem getting a new law passed that'll let you do what it is you want to do. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that changes things. But yeah, that's something that I read today.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
I was not harmed.
Yeah, it's because you could jump.
I could jump higher than everybody else.
Yeah. Yep.
So there, we have that going for me.
All right. So let's see. What else should we talk about since we are thoroughly into TJ's?
We're almost in an hour. Oh, we've been, dude. TJ's.
Yeah.
I worked. So me and Killian, I came in. I picked him up at 3:00. We had to go replace a bunch of fascia boards up on a roof. And it was 2 stories. So I came in, it's up on the roof, and it was just, it's like 90 something down here. It's just hot as crap. So we got done at like 7:45, and he looks at me, he goes, you got a podcast tonight. I was like, I know. I'm just sweating, covered. And I was, as soon as I got in the house, I was like, he walked in the garage fridge, got me a beer, and I was like, thanks, buddy. And that was it, dude. I've been nonstop ever since then.
Yeah.
That's it. it's too hot already. Like it's only June.
You know what I'm thinking about
We're not
doing?
even to August.
You know what I'm thinking about doing is, and you and I talked about this a month or so ago. I got as
Oh, there
part
we
of
go, dogs.
oh yeah, as part of my quest to get everything that Amazon offers, so I can shoot videos on it and post them up on Amazon. Um, I acquired a 4-gallon distillery setup. I don't know how to use it.
Well, see, you could learn how to use it, and
That's what I'm thinking.
then you could just you got moonshine. You're good to go.
Right.
I mean,
That's what I'm thinking is
alcohol.
I may start making my own booze, because I've been saying for I mean, this is episode 168 of this program. We have been going for a couple years.
I know, dude. You know how many beers I've drank during these episodes?
This is I
I
mean,
figure so 168 times 5 or 6.
how many are there a year?
What's
52 a
that?
year? We do
52 a year.
52 a year. So probably we missed what,
Doing-
2 a year probably, so 50 a year. That means we've been over 3 years doing this. How do we miss a 3-year anniversary?
I don't know.
All right, so anyhow, I
Oh my
apologize
God.
to everyone for missing our 3-year anniversary of doing this show. It's a lot, isn't it?
It's 300 beers a year just on this show,
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. So
and that's not before or after.
yeah, so this whole time I have said I really need to start drinking again. I just don't have time to do it. And
Makes me
I'm
happy.
cheap. I don't want to spend the money all the time. So
Mhm.
maybe that's what I do is I figure out how to work this still and make myself something.
Defense Dad said, "No way, white men can't jump." I've seen the movie. I seen
Yeah.
the movie. Listen,
See, maybe. Listen, Linda.
I have a plaque that says I won the 1980. Was it 90 slam dunk contest? I beat all the basketball players, everybody at Western Carolina. Destroyed them. They didn't even have a chance.
I
So
missed
there you
that.
go.
I was at another
did miss
school that
that.
year. Yeah, I came in the next
one
year.
of my first 2 years. They had an open slam dunk contest, and I was like, "Oh, TJ, you need to go." So I went down on the floor, and I was like, "All right, let's go, guys." And that was it. Like they saw me fly, and they're just like, yeah, "We're done." That was it.
Yeah. So people don't know. TJ sells himself as a gun reviewer and semi-professional drinker, but people don't understand that he was a Division I college high jumper and a physical specimen of athletic prowess back in the day.
Oh, God, I wish I was still that way.
Yeah. My son saw me walking around. It's a little hot up here in the studio's on the 3rd floor, and it's not very well insulated. It was hot today, so it was a little warm up here. I had my shirt off, and I walked downstairs. I caught a little side eye, and I was like, "I know, it's disgusting, isn't it?" So I wasn't going to say it. Like, your eyes said it. You didn't have to.
So we're on. I told you we're doing the facial boards today. I'm up on the ladder. It's a 24-foot ladder. I'm at like 20 feet. K-Man's I see him looking. I was like, "What are you looking at?" He goes, "There's a 225 weight limit on this ladder." I'm like, I was just like, "Dude," he goes,
"Oh my God.
Just saying, Kevin, you've got a 10-foot long 2x6 and you up there." I'm just like, I'm like, "Oh, dude, it's fun, but I get depressed sometimes when he makes fun of me like that."
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny as crap, but
yeah.
I got to live long enough to make fun of him when he gets this old. That's my goal.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Packed on 30 pounds like that, no problem." See?
Yeah.
All right. See you, sir.
DJ Play Nice is checking out, and we are too. So we're approaching. We're going to shut down at the hour mark, which is 30 seconds from now. So
whoa,
I know we're going to be timely. We got started on time, pretty much. we're to end on time. So I'd like to
Yeah.
thank everyone for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the questions, all the interaction. And TJ, thank you for livening up the show and making it not suck. I appreciate that. And
I try.
I'm waiting for the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll see you at the range.